Okay, so this is the first problem. A line AB 80 mm long has its end A 20 mm above HP and 30 mm in front of VP. It is inclined at 30 degrees to HP and 45 degrees to VP. Draw the projections of the line and find apparent lengths and apparent inclinations. So this is the first problem. So if you just observe the problem, the given data, a line 80 mm, AB 80 mm long. So it is the true length. How to get it is true length? So in few of the problems, the data may be given like this: a line appears 80 mm, a line in the top view it is 80 mm, a line in the front view it is 80 mm, like that. So if the data is given like that, then it will be considered as apparent length, because with respect to the views the length is measured, not with respect to the horizontal or the parallel case. Okay, so with respect to view, if the dimension is given, then it will be the apparent length. Here it is just given directly like a line AB 80 mm, so you need to consider it as true length. Okay, no views are associated with this length, so therefore it is true length. I will take up one of the problem where the length is given like that, appears to be, or in the top view like that. Then position of point A is given. Look at here, position of point A is given above HP 20 mm, in front of VP 30 mm. So I can locate point A. Okay, so position of point A is given 20 mm above HP, 30 mm in front of VP. Then it is inclined to 30 degrees to HP and 45 degrees to VP. Again, if the inclination is given directly 30 degree 45 degree, it should be the true inclination. If the inclination is given like in the top view, in the front view, or appears to be 30 degree, appears to be 45 degree, then it is apparent inclination. So since here it is directly given, it is true inclination. True inclination in the front view it is measured by, it is denoted by theta, and true inclination in the top view it is denoted by phi. So theta 30 degrees given and phi 45 degrees given. You need to determine the apparent length and apparent inclination. Fine, apparent inclination means alpha and beta, then apparent length you need to determine. So first of all you need to start with the xy line. Draw xy line. You should be very careful, because there is a marks, you can lose the marks in the thickness, because you need to maintain the proper thickness of the lines. Whichever is not representing the line, it should be thinner. Those line which represents the line and the view, it should be thicker, like that. So it is xy line, x, y, and since we are dealing with only the first quadrant in the lines, we need to write VP and HP. In the first quadrant, vertical plane comes above xy line, horizontal plane comes below xy line. Xy line, VP and HP. So to start with, first locate point A. You can locate point A. Point A is 20 mm above HP and 30 mm in front of VP. So above HP means it is the front view. So above HP 20 mm, you measure 20 mm, 20, write A here, A dash. Then it is 30 mm in front of VP, 30 mm in front of VP. In the top view it will fall on the horizontal plane. Horizontal plane, once you tilt it, it will fall below xy line. So you need to write below xy line 30 mm below xy line. So just to measure the distance 30 from xy line, write the point A. Once you write the position of point A, then just draw a locus from that point with the thin line. Locus from that point, which is the thin line. It is just the locus of point A. Then you know that the angle theta 30 degree, it is 30 degrees to HP in the front view, phi 45 degrees to VP in the top view. So take the protractor, measure, keep it here, at A dash as center, then measure 30 degree, just draw a line for the 30 degree. So this is 30 degree. Similarly, keep a protractor inverted at here, measure 45 degree from XY line, draw a line for 45 degree. This is 45 degree. Measure carefully, you need to keep the protractor inverted to measure 45 degree. Then you know that the true length of the line is 80 mm. True length of the line is 80 mm. So take the compass, measure 80 mm distance in the compass, select A dash as center, cut the 80 mm. Similarly, take that 80 mm, select A as center, cut 80 mm here, because you know that the true length remains same in both the views. Now once you get the true length, you just increase the thickness to represent its true length, and I will write something like this. If you write something like this, 2 lines, it will represent it is a true length. So just increase the thickness of true length and write it something like this. So this represent it is a true length. It is the graphics language, CAD language. Now, so this is what we can write with the given information. 80 mm is over, 80 mm, I cut the 80 mm, then 20 mm and 30 mm, the position of point A is over, 30 degree, 45 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree is over. So the given data are over, and first of all you need to count the number of data, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 data are given, so it is enough to solve the problem. So this is how we end up with all the data. Now from this point we need to use the concept of the note between the case 4 and 5, use that particular concept to draw the apparent length. What is the concept? If a line appears parallel in one of the plane, then you will get the true length of the same line in the other plane. Okay, this is the concept. Or it can be reverted. If the line is in its true length in one of the plane, you will get the apparent length which is parallel to XY line in the other plane. This is the vice versa. So we know that this is true length in the top view. Now I will project a line from this particular point up to the locus of point A, just observe this point A dash and B2 dash, this I will take it as B2 dash, A dash and B2 dash, just observe this one. This is one of the case of 4 or 5. So here it is inclined to VP and parallel to HP. That is the case here, inclined to VP and parallel to HP. So in the view, in the front view, it will be look like a straight line, and in the top view it will look like a inclined line. So this is one of the case, A dash, B2 dash, A, and this one is B2, A and B2. Similarly, this is A1 and that one is B1 dash. Okay, you just concentrate on A dash, B2 dash, A, B2. It is one of the case. This is one of the case between 4 and 5. You just correlate with the last 2 cases, 4 and 5, line parallel to VP and inclined to HP, or line parallel to HP and inclined to VP. These 2 are the cases. Now, if you just drop a perpendicular from B1 dash up to the locus of point A in the top view, you will get this point. This is B1. This point is B1. So if you just observe B1 now, A B1 now, A B1 and A dash B1 dash, this is one of the case. Okay, this is what we end up with combining 4th case and 5th case. Combining 4th case and 5th case, this is what we end up with. So from this we need to get the apparent length. So how to get the apparent length? Now I have drawn a projector from B2, end up with B2 dash here. Here it is appearing parallel means it is inclined, so I need to take off the inclination. If you take off the inclination, you have to rotate this with respect to A dash, select A dash as center, A dash B2 dash as radius, you just rotate this backwards. Okay, once you get this point, you need to write the locus of B from this point. Similarly, from this point you need to write the locus, because B dash will fall on the same locus, because in the top view it will be like a circle, but in the front view it will be straight line. Fine. Wherever this circle cuts the locus, it will be the apparent length of the line, said line. So this is the apparent length A dash B dash. Similarly, you have dropped a perpendicular from B1 dash to B1. So here A B1 is appearing parallel in this view, therefore you will getting the true length, or since this is true length, this will be apparent. So apparent means it is inclined. Okay. Now I need to take out the inclination to measure the apparent length. So I am taking off the inclination by rotating A B1 with respect to A. I am keeping A as center, A B1 as radius. Rotate this to get this point, wherever that curve meets the locus of point B. Mark that point, join those two, you will get the apparent length. So this is how you need to get the apparent length. Okay. So all the cases will be reduced to combination of fourth case and the fifth case. From the combination of fourth case and the fifth case, by just constructing the rotation or taking off the inclination, something like this. So in this condition it is inclined to HP and parallel to VP. You will get an inclined line in the front view, and in the top you will get the straight line. Okay. So now if you just rotate this with respect to VP, you will get the apparent length. In the top view you will get the apparent length, but in this condition you will get the straight line. Top view, I am just talking about the top view, you will get the straight line in the top view, this one. If you rotate this back, you will get the apparent length, this one, A and B. Similarly, front view, parallel to both the plane, inclined to VP and parallel to HP. This is inclined to VP and parallel to HP, that is this one, inclined to VP and parallel to HP. Parallel to HP means A dash B2 dash is the front view of this line, then A B2 is the top view. Now if you want to measure the inclined position, you just have to incline this, you just have to give the inclination with respect to this A. You just have to rotate with respect to VP, rotating with respect to VP. That is what I did here. I am rotating with respect to VP like this. I am rotating with respect to VP, I am rotating with respect to VP until it touches the locus. So I will get the apparent length. So I will just rotate with respect to HP and rotate with respect to VP, rotating, you will get the apparent length. Now I need to measure the inclination. This inclination you just measure it. This gives you alpha, and the inclination from here to here gives you beta. Then the length, apparent length in the front view, apparent length in the front view, then this will be the apparent length in the top view. That is what you need to measure, and you need to write it here. So if you draw it for the scale and if you measure, you will get beta as 55, then A dash B dash 57 and AB 69. AB 69. So in the primer, the answer given like this: beta is equal to 55 degree, A dash B dash is equal to 57, AB is equal to 69. That is A dash B dash, this should be 57 mm, AB should be 69 mm, then beta is 55 degree. So alpha value is not given in the primer solution book. So construct this with the scale, whatever answer you will get. If it is correlating with beta and apparent length in top and front view, then alpha, how much you will get, you just write that value. Okay, so this is the second problem. The top view PQ of a straight line is 70 mm. As I said, this magnitude is given with respect to a view, therefore you need to consider it as apparent length. So top view apparent length distance is 70 mm and makes an angle of 60 degree with XY line. Again, this 60 degree is associated with the top view, therefore it is apparent inclination beta in the top view 60 degree. The end Q is 10 mm in front of VP and 30 mm above HP. So the position of P, point Q, the position of point Q is given. So we need to start with Q. It should be not in a convention that the line should be PQ. It can be QP. You can start with Q and end up with P. So since here the position of point Q is given, we need to start the problem with Q, position of Q. The difference between the distances of P and Q above HP is 45. Draw the projections. So here 1, 2, 3, 4 plus this one 5. 5 data are there, so it is more than sufficient to solve a problem. To begin the solution, draw XY line first, X, Y, and since we are dealing with the first quadrant, write VP and HP. You need to write it. Otherwise you will lose marks. Now start with position of point Q. It is 10 mm in front of VP. In front of VP means it will come below XY line and 30 mm above HP. So 30 mm above HP, Q dash, then 10 mm below or in front of VP. So just have the dimension here. This is 30 and this one is 10. Remember, you need to maintain minimum 8 mm gap between the projector line and the dimension line. Minimum 8 mm gap. Fine. So once you locate point Q, draw the locus of Q. Next, apparent length is given in the top view, then apparent inclination is given. You just take the protractor and keep it inverted. With point Q, draw 60 degree, mark 60 and draw 60 degree line. Then take the compass, measure 70 mm, select Q as center, cut 70 mm. You will get P here, small p. You just draw the locus like this. Then these 4 data are over. Coming to this one, the difference between the distances of P and Q above HP means above XY line is 45 mm. So Q point is here. The distance between Q and the P is 45. It is given. So just measure 45 mm distance from this line. 45. So this will be the locus of P. This is Q dash. So with the given data, I have ended up with this one, with the given data. Now I need to use the concept of the note obtained from the case 4 and 5. I need to correlate with case 4 and 5 and need to get the views now. So this is apparent length, it is given here. So apparent length, this is the apparent length. If a line appears parallel in one of the view, then you will get the true length of other, you will get it. So you just rotate this point with respect to Q, you just rotate this point up to the locus of Q, thereby making it parallel to XY line. Okay, making it parallel to XY line. From this you just project this to the front view. When this projector touches the locus, you will get this point. If you join these two, that will be the true length of the line because it is appearing parallel here. You just observe these 2 points, this one and this one, that is Q and P1. You just observe Q and P1, it is appearing parallel because I have taken off the inclination, that 60 degree. So this is 60 degree. I have just taken off the inclination 60 degree. It is appearing parallel to XY line in this view. Therefore, I will get the true length in the other plane, this is the true length. Then I know that the views, top view as well as front view, the end points will fall on the same line. So this is point P, therefore I will drop a perpendicular from this line until it cuts the locus of point P in the other plane, and if you join these two, you will get the apparent length. You will get the apparent length, that is Q dash and P dash. So this is Q dash and P1 dash. This is Q and P. Then you need to get the apparent length, true length in the top view. To get the true length in the top view, you just select Q dash as center, Q dash and P dash as radius. You just drop, you just have a curve like this, that is taking off the inclination in the front view, then drop a perpendicular from this line until it touches the locus, you will get the true length. So this is the true length of the said line. So this is how we need to solve a problem. If you just have a look at this point will be P2 dash, P2 dash, and this will be P2. Okay. So just have a look at Q dash and P dash, P2 dash, Q and P2. This is one of the case, 4 or 5. Here it is inclined to VP and parallel to HP. Then if you observe Q and P and Q dash and P1 dash, Q and P1. If you observe Q and P1 and Q dash and P1 dash, it is again one of the case inclined to HP and parallel to VP. So you need to convert, or you need to reduce the given problem into one of the cases of 4 or 5. Then you need to measure the unknowns. Now here it is, the draw projections are over. Determine its true inclinations. So I need to determine the true inclination, this one, that is theta. Then true inclination, this one, that is phi, with HP and VP. You need to determine the inclination theta and phi. So if you draw it to the scale, you will get the answer as theta 33 degree, theta is equal to 33 degree, and phi you will get it as 47 degree. So this is the answer given in the primer solution book. Okay, that's it. If you want some more information, QP2 is equal to 83. The true length, you will get it as 83 mm. The true length, you will get it as 83 mm if you draw it to the scale. Okay, so this is how I need to solve the problem on the lines with the different conditions, where it will start with the apparent length. So in the previous problem, it will started with the true length to get the apparent length. Here it has started with apparent length to get the true length.